What if the secret ingredient to effective leadership lies in a skill as old as humanity itself? Storytelling. Stories have been a part of our history since the dawn of time. They've guided us, inspired us, and made us feel understood. But have you ever considered the power of storytelling in leadership? The most influential leaders throughout history have all been storytellers. They've used narratives to inspire, motivate, and drive change. Whether it's Martin Luther King Jr. with his "I Have a Dream" speech or Steve Jobs with his compelling product launches, the use of storytelling in their leadership is undeniable. So, why is storytelling so effective in leadership? Well, stories are innate to us. They resonate with our emotions, engage our imagination, and help us to understand complex ideas more easily. When a leader tells a story, they're not just communicating their vision, they're making you a part of it. They're inviting you to join them on a journey towards a shared goal. But storytelling isn't just about telling tales. It's about framing the narrative in a way that resonates with your audience. It's about understanding their hopes, fears, and aspirations, and aligning your vision with theirs. It's about showing vulnerability, authenticity, and passion. These are the qualities that make a leader not just respected, but loved. Moreover, storytelling allows leaders to create a sense of community and shared purpose. It's a way for them to connect on a deeper level with their team, to inspire loyalty, and to motivate action. It's a tool for change, for progress, for growth. In essence, storytelling is a conduit for leaders to share their vision in a way that's engaging, relatable, and memorable. It's a powerful tool that can inspire, motivate, and drive change. But remember, it's not just about the story you tell, but how you tell it. So the next time you're faced with a leadership challenge, remember the power of storytelling. Remember its ability to engage, inspire, and motivate. Remember how it can transform your leadership from being merely effective to truly exceptional. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, a compelling story is worth 1,000 pictures. Consider the legendary tech visionary Steve Jobs. His ability to captivate audiences and sell the vision of Apple was deeply rooted in his masterful use of storytelling. Jobs didn't just deliver information, he crafted narratives that allowed his listeners to embark on a journey with him, making his presentations more than just a sales pitch. They were experiences. Let's take a trip back to 2007. The world was buzzing with rumors of a revolutionary product from Apple. Jobs took the stage and began, not with specs or features, but with a story. He spoke about a journey that started with the Mac in 1984, followed by the iPod in 2001. He painted a picture of a world changed by these innovations, setting the stage for the next big leap, the iPhone. By the time he unveiled the device, the audience was already hooked, not just on the product but on the story of innovation and revolution that Jobs had woven. But it wasn't just product launches where Jobs used storytelling. He used it to inspire his team as well. When developing the first Macintosh, Jobs told his team they were not just building a computer but were making a dent in the universe. This narrative gave the team a sense of purpose and mission, driving them to push boundaries and create a product that truly changed the world. Jobs also used stories to shape the image of Apple itself. He framed Apple as the underdog fighting against the big brother represented by companies like IBM. This narrative resonated with consumers who saw themselves as rebels and innovators by choosing Apple. Jobs understood that stories are not just for entertainment. They are tools of persuasion, of inspiration, and of connection. He knew that people don't just buy products, they buy into stories. Jobs didn't just sell products, he sold stories. His legacy is a testament to the power of storytelling in leadership, demonstrating how narratives can inspire, motivate, and drive change. Let's turn our attention to a leader from a different realm, Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. is a name that reverberates through history, a beacon of hope and a symbol of the struggle for civil rights. King was not just a leader, but a storyteller. He had the remarkable ability to weave narratives into his speeches, and through them, he inspired a movement that continues to resonate today. King's speeches were more than just words. They were stories that painted vivid pictures of the societal injustices faced by African Americans. He used these narratives to evoke emotion, to create a palpable sense of empathy and understanding. His stories were not just about the past, but about a future where all men and women, regardless of color, would be equal. Take for instance his iconic "I Have a Dream" speech. King didn't just describe a dream, he painted a story with his words. He spoke of sons of former slaves and sons of former slave owners sitting down together at the table of brotherhood. He spoke of little black boys and black girls joining hands with little white boys and white girls. These weren't just statements. They were evocative narratives that brought his dream to life in the minds of his listeners. King also used stories of everyday people to highlight the struggle for civil rights. He spoke of children who couldn't attend certain schools because of the color of their skin, of men and women who faced discrimination in their jobs. These stories served as a mirror to society, reflecting the harsh realities of racial segregation. But King's stories were not just about struggle and hardship. They were also about hope, resilience, and the power of unity. He told stories of people standing up against injustice, of communities coming together to fight for their rights. These narratives were a call to action, encouraging listeners to become part of the change. For King, stories weren't just tales, they were tools for change. His narratives inspired a movement, drove societal change, and continue to influence leaders around the world today. King's storytelling legacy is a testament to the power of narratives in leadership. His stories were his strength, and through them, he changed the world. For King, stories weren't just tales, they were tools for change. So, how can leaders harness the power of storytelling? Well, let's dive into some practical tips and techniques that can help you craft compelling narratives and captivate your audience. First off, it's essential to create a strong narrative arc. Just like in a movie or a book, your story should have a clear beginning, middle, and end. The beginning sets the stage and introduces the characters or the problem. The middle develops the plot and builds tension, while the end provides a resolution or a key takeaway. A well-structured story is easy to follow and keeps your audience engaged from start to finish. Now, one of the most effective ways to make your story resonate with your audience is to make it relatable. And how can you do that, you ask? By connecting the story to the experiences and emotions of your audience. Use familiar contexts, situations, or challenges that your audience can identify with. When your audience can see themselves in your story, they are more likely to be engaged and receptive to your message. Speaking of emotions, they are the secret sauce that can make your story come alive. A story that evokes emotions can create a powerful connection between you and your audience. It can make your audience laugh, cry, get angry, or feel inspired. Emotions make your story memorable and impactful. They can stir people into action or change their perspectives. So don't shy away from using emotions in your story, but remember, it's essential to strike a balance. Too much emotion can overwhelm your audience, while too little can make your story dry and uninteresting. Now let's talk about authenticity, a crucial ingredient in effective storytelling. Authenticity is about being true to yourself and your story. It's about sharing your real experiences, thoughts, and emotions. Authenticity makes your story believable and trustworthy. It builds credibility and fosters a deep connection with your audience. But authenticity is not about revealing every detail of your life or oversharing. It's about sharing what's relevant and meaningful to your story and your audience. To be an authentic storyteller, you need to understand your own values, beliefs, and experiences. Reflect on what makes you unique and what you stand for. Use these insights to craft a story that's true to who you are and what you believe in. And remember, authenticity is not a one-time thing. It's a continuous journey of self-discovery and self-expression. But here's a word of caution. While storytelling is a powerful tool, it's not a magic wand. It's not about manipulating your audience or twisting the truth. It's about sharing genuine experiences and insights that can inspire, motivate, and drive change. So, use storytelling responsibly and ethically. Respect your audience's intelligence and emotions. Be honest, transparent, and respectful in your storytelling. And finally, practice, practice, practice. Storytelling is an art, and like any art, it requires practice to master. Experiment with different storytelling techniques. Learn from your successes and failures. Seek feedback from your audience. And most importantly, enjoy the process of storytelling. Remember, the best stories are often those that are told with passion and enthusiasm. To sum up, effective storytelling requires a strong narrative arc, relatability, emotional engagement, and authenticity. It requires practice, patience, and a genuine desire to connect with your audience. And above all, it requires a deep respect for your audience and the power of stories. Remember, a good story is more than just words. It's a bridge between the storyteller and the listener. So, what happens when leaders incorporate storytelling into their toolkit? Well, imagine a world where leaders communicate not just with facts and figures, but with stories that resonate on a deeper level. This is the power of storytelling in leadership. It's not about spinning tales, but about connecting with people in a way that inspires, motivates, and drives change. When leaders use storytelling, they tap into our inherent human need for narrative. We've been telling stories since the dawn of civilization. They are how we make sense of the world. And so when a leader tells a story, they're not just transmitting information, they're creating a shared understanding, a common ground from which to move forward. Storytelling can enhance a leader's ability to inspire. A well-told story can paint a vivid picture of a desired future, making it feel tangible and within reach. It can stir emotions and awaken a sense of possibility, sparking the fire of inspiration in others. Storytelling also bolsters motivation. It can capture the heart of a mission or a challenge, making it feel personal and urgent. When people see themselves in a story, they're more likely to take ownership of their part in it. They're not just working for a paycheck or a promotion, they're working to be part of a story that matters. And let's not forget about driving change. Change can be scary, but stories can help us navigate through the unknown. They can provide a roadmap, showing us where we are, where we're going, and how to get there. They can also help us understand the reasons for change, making it feel less like a threat and more like an opportunity. But with great power comes great responsibility. Storytelling is a potent tool, but it must be wielded with care. Authenticity is key. If a story feels contrived or manipulative, it can do more harm than good. The stories leaders tell need to be true, not just in the factual sense, but in the sense that they align with the leader's values and vision. Relevance is another crucial factor. A story that doesn't resonate with its audience is like a tree falling in an empty forest. It makes no impact. Leaders need to know their audience and choose stories that speak to their experiences, aspirations, and concerns. In the end, the most powerful story a leader can tell is one that inspires others to write their own. Because leadership isn't just about leading, it's about empowering others to lead, and what better way to do that than by giving them a story they can see themselves in, a story they can continue, a story they can make their own. In the end, the most powerful story a leader can tell is one that inspires others to write their own. In conclusion, storytelling is a powerful tool in the hands of a skilled leader. We've journeyed through the world of leadership and storytelling, highlighting how intertwined these two elements are. We've seen how great leaders like Steve Jobs and Martin Luther King Jr. use narratives to inspire, motivate, and drive change. Steve Jobs, with his captivating narratives, painted a vision of a world transformed by Apple's innovative technology. He didn't just sell products, he sold dreams, visions, and the promise of a better future. He made us believe in the power of thinking differently. Martin Luther King Jr., with his eloquence and passion, stirred the hearts of millions. His "I Have a Dream" speech wasn't just a call for civil rights, it was a story of hope, resilience, and the enduring spirit of humanity. He painted a vivid picture of a world where all men are created equal, a world free from the shackles of discrimination. But storytelling isn't just about painting a pretty picture or using flowery language, it's about authenticity and relevance. It's about connecting with your audience on a deeper level. We explored various storytelling techniques that leaders can use. From understanding your audience to using metaphors, from creating suspense to building a strong narrative arc, these techniques can help you craft compelling stories that resonate with your audience. Remember, every story you tell as a leader carries weight. It can inspire your team, instill trust, drive innovation, or even change the course of your organization. But the key to effective storytelling is not just about telling a great story. It's about living that story. It's about embodying the change you want to see, the vision you want to create. In the grand scheme of things, stories are more than mere words. They're a reflection of who we are, what we believe in, and where we want to go. As we've seen, the right story told in the right way can change the world. So leaders, what's your story?